Happy spring, this is Madeline.
And Colin from the middle for our 19th show. It's April 14th, 2010, and today we have sprung into spring.
Colin, have you noticed the trees are budding?
Yeah, and the grass is green. Too bad that means we'll have to start mowing.
I just can't wait to get outside to play.
Yeah, me too, but we have to be in school, so let's go hear about a cool teacher in fifth grade computer class.
Hey WCMS, this is James here with the teacher feature, and this is Mrs. Johnson, one of our newest teachers. So Mrs. Johnson, what's your favorite thing to do on a hot summer day?
On hot summer days, I love to be at the pool, swimming, and soaking up some rays.
What was the most memorable thing you did in middle school?
When I was in middle school, my most memorable moment was when we were in science class and we got to dissect a fish.
What was your favorite thing to do in Webster City?
Now that I'm in Webster City, getting to know different things, we really enjoy going downtown to the movies and seeing movies there.
Thank you, Mrs. Johnson, and now here's Kyle.
Hi, it's Kyle, and the fifth graders are learning how to use search engines the proper way. These search engines consist of Google, Bing, Yahoo, and many more. Mr. Schultz taught us to never type and always use a plus sign, and when it comes to not, use a minus sign. We also learned the way to find how many hits are on the web page. At first I thought search engines were not complicated at all, but it turns out there is always more to learn and not guessing. Now here are the anchors.
Thanks, guys.
Madeline, did you know that today is the day that the famous Titanic hit an iceberg?
Oh, wow, that was tragic. I'm glad we've improved our technology, and hopefully that will never happen again.
Something that hasn't changed, though, is karate. So let's hear from Christopher on that.
Hey, it's Christopher, doing this week's Focus On. We're focusing on the Webster City Taekwondo class. This class is kind of like karate, which most people have heard on, but I think it's better. We have Cole, Austin, Noah, Cade, and Brandon here to talk about the program. I'm going to ask them a couple questions. So Cole, what's in a typical class?
A typical class is usually just kicks, board breaks, hand techniques, and sometimes we play taekwondo kickball.
Who teaches these classes?
Mr. Marks.
Is he a good teacher?
Yes, he's a very good teacher.
Noah, what's the best way to get started?
Well, if you're going to be in Webster City and do taekwondo here, you better ask Mr. Marks for the information. He will give you a piece of paper, and then once you're all ready and started, you can go to Sunset Heights usually, or this middle school to actually do the taekwondo. And then it will start from white belt to black belt.
All right, thanks. And Cade and Brandon, are these classes fun?
Totally. Yes, it's very awesome.
All right, thanks, guys.
Have you ever heard of Invention Society? Well, this is Cassidy, and that is what the 6th graders went to last week. On Thursday and Friday, the 6th graders went to Asbury Basement, and Mrs. Brock helped them to think creatively. Mrs. Brock did a number of events with them so that good ideas could come around for making businesses in mini society. One activity was to practice being fluent. You had to think of as many words that you can that were long and thin. Each person shared one thing. Then Mrs. Brock helped us be flexible by telling us what category to think with. For example, foods, and everyone realized that was much easier to think of things. Another activity we did was originality. We were told to draw a picture of a city skyline with the sunset behind. We couldn't pick up our pencil the whole time. Then we passed our paper to the right, and they had 15 seconds to draw whatever they wanted on it. Your paper went the whole way around the table, and then you got to see what other people wrote on yours. That's called elaboration. It was very interesting and fun. Finally, my favorite activity, we had to make a box out of paper to fit our snack. You could get as much snack that could fit in your box. I had a lot of fun that morning, and I'm sure everyone else did too. Now we are ready to invent. Back to the anchors.
Hey, conferences are coming up, Madeline.
Oh boy, I think all my grades are presentable. What about you? Alrighty then, let's change the subject. The book fair's in the media center.
Off to the 7th graders to hear more about that.
Are you looking for a good book to read? Hey WCMS, I'm Noelle, and I'm reporting on the Check It Out feature. Well, if you are looking for a great read, then I would recommend Drums, Girls, and Dangerous Pie by Jordan Sonnenblick. It's narrated by 13-year-old Steven, who is awkward around girls, plays the drums, and likes to tease his little brother. That all changes when his little brother Jeffrey gets leukemia, which is a form of cancer. Steven has to try to keep his family together while juggling school and drums. Will it all work out? Are you wondering what Dangerous Pie is? Find out by checking it out at the Media Center or Ken Dillon Library. It is a heartwarming yet hilarious story. Now here's more 7th grade news.
Hey Webster City, Sarah here. Guess what this Thursday, April 15th is? Middle school conferences. But don't get too excited, we aren't going to be getting out early. Conferences start at 4 and go until 6:30. You could also show your parents all your hard work you've done on the computer for a cookie. There will also be a book fair from 3:30 to 6:30 in the Media Center. If you buy one book, you get one free. I hope you all get positive feedback from your teachers and buy a great book. Don't forget to bring your parents. Now back to our anchors.
The computer labs have been busy, so I'm having trouble catching up on some things.
Yeah, that's because MAPS testing is going on right now.
Oh yeah, well everyone better try their best and get a good night's sleep the next couple of weeks.
Even on the weekends, because you run on the sleep from 2 days ago.
Have you seen the kids running outside for track?
Yeah, Kaylin and Susanna in the 8th grade will tell us more about that.
Welcome to a special edition of Sights to See. Today I will be talking about the 8th graders' trip to Washington, D.C. again. At the Washington Monument, we went up an elevator for several floors. We arrived at a room with many different views. We then got to look out the many windows. To the east, we saw the Capitol. To the north, the White House. To the west, the World War II Memorial. And the giant reflecting pool reflecting the Lincoln Memorial. At the Lincoln Memorial, we obviously saw Lincoln in his chair. Lincoln's right hand is in a relaxed position. This symbolizes how he was very calm. His other hand is curled. This symbolizes him thinking. The Lincoln Memorial is my favorite memorial in D.C. Next was Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon had many of the rooms that George Washington once lived in. We also saw the wharf, the 16-sided barn he designed, and we had a fun time in the Education Center. There's so much more to tell and so much to see. I recommend you go to DC if you ever get the chance.
Hey walkers, throwers, jumpers, and runners.
Oh, and don't forget them couch potatoes.
Susanna and Kaylin here.
And today we're informing you about track.
Track started on Monday, April 5th, and it's been a good start.
Our track teams consist of 7th and 8th grade girls and boys.
In this school sport, you can run,
hurdle,
do long jump,
high jump,
shot put,
and discus. There are events where you can sprint, which means to go as fast as you can in a shorter distance.
Or do long distance, which is pacing yourself throughout a longer course.
The 7th and 8th grade boys coaches are Mr. Mossman and Mr. Dyer.
The girls team is split up by 7th and 8th grade. The 7th grade coaches are Mrs. Reese and Mrs. Dyer.
The 8th grade coaches are Mr. Larson and Mrs. Manson.
We practice 4 times a week, every week from 3:30 to 5.
We put in a lot of time and effort into making our team great.
We sure have been working really hard this past week and a half, don't you think so?
Yeah, and we're getting better and stronger every day. So, Susanna, don't you think that Cassie Peck should be in track?
Yeah, of course, I do. She's amazing. So if you see her in the hallways, encourage her to join.
Because it's not too late to join.
That goes for anyone else who would like to join.
The track meets we get to attend are really fun, which makes all the time and effort we put in very worth it.
So if you see a track participant, let them know you're proud of their hard work.
And wish them good luck at our first track meet on April 20th at Fort Dodge.
It starts at 4:30 and we hope to see you there to support our team.
Well, that's all the time we have today.
So we better head out.
See you at the track.
Go Lynx!
Washington, D.C. looks like it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. Thanks for watching our spring show of
From the Middle.
This has been Colin.
And Madeline. See ya.